Joshy.
I'm Samuel. And I'm Oliver.
Yeah. Where are we off to, Joshy?
Mossman Gorge today.
Yeah.
So we'll do a bit of a bushwalk, go for a swim. That's lovely, Chris.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Thanks, Chris.
How you going, friends?
So we've got the whole family with us today. Yeah, Mossman Gorge, then heading up to Daintree and Cape Tribulation this afternoon.
Sure.
See you guys there.
Bye.
None of us are tourists. Monkey. Put him down. Sorry.
Off to Bramwell junction tonight, the only place where we can watch State of Origin. So a bit of family beef, as we're the only two going for Queensland. Everyone else is for New South Wales. So praying that Queensland wins so we don't get abused tonight.
Yeah.
So it should be a good game.
But if Queensland win, the rest of the family is getting punched on by the whole state.
We're as far north as we can get in Queensland, so it's going to be all Queenslanders.
They've got some down under wearing their Blues jersey. I would not be.
Yeah, I wouldn't be wearing a Blues jersey up this far.
So up Queensland!
Go Queensland! Not as easy as you thought, eh? Could have been one.
What's that? Look, to the left.
Push the button trigger. Alright. There you go.
Unfortunately, Josh was not even 2 centimeters too big to go up that.
When the fit were ripped off with flares, they're too expensive to be ripping off on a track. So I give it a miss. I'll let Dad have the win on that one. I haven't been winched yet, so I've still got one up on him with that, but I have chickened out of a track. So
That's
oh well,
right.
I'd rather not break my car. Frenchman's done and dusted. I've always wanted to do the Frenchman, so it's good to tick that off the list now. Next is the Creb track. We've done the Telly track, so next is Creb, which is a bit further south. Frenchman's was good. It was the wetlock was pretty easy. The entry in was pretty gnarly. Going up, it would be a really fun time. Be winching, maybe a bit of track building on the way out. Then the Pasco, we found a chicken track to go around it because we spoke to some fellas that were in some pretty big patrols, and they said that they floated across. They were winching, floating across it. They said it was the scariest thing they've ever done. So there's no way that we're going through there with our little cars. So we found a chicken track that crosses it probably like 30 k's upstream where it's nice and shallow. So that was easy, did that. Now we're heading to camp. So then the Creb track in the next few days.
Awesome. Sounds good. See you later, friends. Alright, we told the family how easy the Frenchie's track was. So they're a bit jealous. So now we're going to check how deep is the Pasco.
The original Pasco crossing track,
Yes.
not the chicken track. So we're going to have a look at that, have a swim, have a walk. We're not going to do it. Have a walk and just see how gnarly it would have been.
Apparently it was up to old mate's shoulder.
And he was a pretty tall man.
Yeah, so that would have been the top of our car.
Yeah.
If
We've
we
been
weren't
we've been
floating.
floating across.
Yeah. But with 2 cars, there's no way that we were doing that. That's just dumb. So we'll have a look. We probably won't do it, but
Definitely won't do it.
we'll just have a look and see how gnarly it was. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no chance.
It's not going to be fun to have a bath or shower.
It's sand over here.
It's sandy, is it?
Yeah.
Just get me out of here, that'll be a bit tight.
Oh, this way. And then walk into there.
Yeah, in. There's no way we were going in. No.
doesn't feel good.
You're going to go up on a rock here. So lift you up. Let's have a look here.